sort of trying to dig out of a hole for a lot of that game. What allowed you guys to flip the game around the way you did over the final couple minutes?
Yeah, I think, it was one of those timeouts in the third quarter. Joe just kind of told us stop feeling sorry for ourselves. And, whatever situation we in, that's the situation that we're in. And it's on us to figure it out. We kind of felt lucky that, we were playing as bad per se as we were, and how well they were shooting the ball, and we were only down, 13, 14 points on the road, and we still had a lot of time left to win the game. So, it was one of those timeouts, maybe with like 5 minutes left in the third, we kind of turned it around.
And then obviously was quite the pass, like 45 seconds ago to hit Al in the corner on that three. Sort of what did you see on that play as it played out, and how much is your confidence grown as a playmaker to obviously make a play like that in a moment like that?
Yeah, I attacked downhill, had Toppin with me, and Miles Turner. I knew Miles was guarding Al, and just reads. We always talk about spacing, making sure we were in the right spots. And I trusted that he was going to be there. He trusted that I would make the right read, and that was a hell of a shot that he made.
Gary.
Jason, why didn't you guys kind of relent? I mean, you guys could have easily just said, okay, let's get ready for game 4. And you guys just kept trying, even though you guys had so many chances in the fourth quarter with missed threes to kind of chip away. And it just seemed like you guys were just refused to kind of give up, or, what put that in you?
We believe. We believe that we still could win this game. There was a lot of time left. It's damn sure not time to give up, or even have that thought creep into your mind. We never thought that any time out that we had, any guy that was on their court, we knew that we could play better, and if we did play better, we would give ourselves a chance. And that was just the mindset throughout the game.
Justin.
Jason Drew, questionable coming into tonight, makes the big play at the end there. Just what about his performance and his ability to show up and make plays like that?
Can't speak highly enough about Drew, right? The ultimate teammate, competitor, obviously a champion. And, wasn't that shoot around today. He was sick, dealing with chills and stuff like that. And, we've all been there, how tough that is to fight through it. And, for him to come out there and lay it all on the line for us and, make the game-winning play essentially, especially on the defensive end. Drew is just a big-time player, and he made a tremendous play.
Bobby?
Jason, I know over here you and Joe talk a lot about adjustments, the whole team does. What was that conversation like before you guys went into the zone, and what kind of impact did you see the zone have on the game when you guys went to it?
Yeah, it slowed them down a little bit. But, still, when we started to come back and make a run and take control of the game, it was just about who wanted it more, right? When we were man and zone, start the game or whatever, we didn't match their intensity. They were playing, with so much freedom and pace, and they were getting into the paint whenever they wanted. So, that late in the game, it wasn't about making adjustments. It was about just making plays. Like, we had to get stops. We had to help each other. We had to get rebounds, regardless of man or zone or whatever coverage we were in. It was just a choice that we had to make.
Jason, after Drew steal and he gets the foul, you're kind of at midcourt, let out like a primal yell. Your coaches were all screaming. After the Nesmith shot missed post game, it seemed like you guys were kind of lingering on the court in like a greater celebration than normal. Like, why did this feel like it looked like it felt like such a kind of mountaintop moment for you guys? What was kind of the explanation for all that?
I wouldn't say mountaintop, but you watched the game, didn't you? That shit was intense. Game 3 is always, for me, I always enjoy the most game 3 of the series, like going into the opponent's home building. You know, it's their first home game. The crowd was electric. They haven't lost a home game since like March 18th. So we knew it was going to be tough. We knew it was going to be a tough battle. And just it took everything for us to win this game. Being down 18, we needed every stop, every deflection, every rebound, every shot that, you know, we made. We needed, you know, every ounce of that. So as a competitor, when you play this game, you know, it's a very emotional sport, right? And we want to win. And you let that out, you know, when you make plays like that.
B-Rob, John, Jared, and final question to Tim.
You guys have obviously been in a lot of grueling series over the years, but to be able to put yourself in this position now, going up 3-0, one way in front, how big is that for you guys just in terms of getting to your ultimate goal here?
It's huge. The way that we've been playing throughout this postseason, you know, I can't give enough credit to the coaches and my teammates. We've been up for every challenge. It's looked different every single night, but we've answered the call. And, you know, we're in a great position right now, obviously one win away from the finals, but we know for 1 second we can't relax. A year ago, we was down 0-3, and we figured out a way to force it to 7. So, you know, we're not looking past Monday or anything like that. We're just taking it one game at a time and knowing we have a special opportunity to go back to the finals.
Joe talked about embracing the fact that you're down as much as you were. You just talked about, he said, stop feeling sorry for yourselves. What does feeling sorry for yourself look like when he's telling you to stop doing whatever it was that you're doing? What was it? Was it getting too caught up in the refs? Was it getting too caught up in something? Like, what does that look like?
Culmination of all those things, right? You know, maybe things weren't going our way. We weren't hitting shots at the time. It seemed like they was coming down and scoring every single time. And, right, maybe we were slow to bring the ball up the court. When we would get scored on, we might put our head down. Just felt like shit wasn't going our way. And Joe always talks about, like, it's not always going to go how we want it to or how we expect it to. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to be down 15 or 17 on the road and still have an opportunity to win the game.
Drew's the one guy in the locker room with the ring. You see him make those big plays at the end, especially just deciding to go and take on Siakam. You saw Siakam just on his heels a little bit in attacks. What have you seen from Drew as far as his feel for, like, when are, like, the big moments that can actually flip a game, flip a title run potentially?
Yeah, I think his instincts are second to none on both ends of the floor, right? Whether it's knocking down the big three or, you know, he had 2 big offensive rebounds. One, he tipped it in, and one, he brought it back out. And then obviously on defense, you know, and Joe gives Drew so much freedom throughout the game of, you know, obviously we have coverages, but, you know, Drew is especially the one guy who can roam or, you know, whatever he sees, where there's a gamble or if he wants to switch the defense or the matchups, or he has that freedom because we all trust him so much, and he's been in so many big moments that, you know, he just makes big plays all the time.
You've obviously not hit as many shots as you would want, I guess, particularly from 3 in these playoffs. You got off to a huge start to get 15 in the first quarter. Then I think you finished 5 for 10 from 3, hit the big 3 late. Was that a concerted effort from you to try to get off to a quicker start today? And how did that help lead to the night you had overall shooting the ball?
I think just, like I said, game 3s have been like my favorite games to play in. And I think it's important, even if I'm not, you know, scoring the ball, just to come out there with a certain level of intensity, kind of set the tone, because, you know, it's a hostile environment. They're back home, the crowd is into it. So just trying to set the tone for our team on both ends of the floor, send a message. And, you know, I never get concerned about my shots or anything. You know, I always feel like the next one is going to go in. And just always stick with my routine, shoot with confidence, make the right plays, and it normally works out.
Thanks, Jason.